the president and founder of AMYAA, an NGO which is based out of Arunachal Pradesh. He is also the director of Childline in Rowing and Acumen Fellow and a director of Any Roots Private Limited. So good to have you, Paul.
Yeah, thank you, Santosh, for giving me this space here.
So AMYAA is a very beautiful name. Would you like to tell us about your organization and what you are doing?
Yes, AMYAA, the word itself is from the dialect of Idumismi, Arunachal Pradesh. So the word means wind, and I have put it as a wind for change. So we work across Arunachal Pradesh and in the state of Manipur in Northeast. We are focusing basically to reach out to the most vulnerable groups of the society, the adolescents, the youth, mainly the unemployed youth, school dropouts, the farmers, and rural women. And we also work for the protection of child rights. That's the reason why I'm the director of Childline 1098 Emergency Service. And Arunachal Pradesh as a state has become really a hub of human trafficking, especially the minors who are being trafficked from within the Arunachal Pradesh and from Northeast as to begin with as domestic helpers. But with this, the motive of domestic helpers, there are a lot of violations of child's rights that we have come across through our case studies and through our rescue operation. Yes, Santosh.
Okay, so you came back home to start an NGO, right?
Yes. Yes.
Can you tell us about what triggered that decision of yours?
Yeah, the one that inspired me to go for master in social work and more so into human rights is also the conditions that are existing in the Northeast. And I also realized after having completed my graduation through my field visit to different areas in Arunachal Pradesh and even in my hometown in Manipur, I have seen that there is a big gap between the government missionaries and the grassroots community members when it comes to availing the government schemes, when it comes to providing the basic facilities and amenities to the rural villages. This is the main reason that made me to go for master in social work, especially in human rights in Loyola College. So I have had an experience after completing my master in social work in human. I had an experience of working for the transgenders, for the street children, for the female sex workers and their children in southern part of Chennai. And this remained as a big sort of focus for my social work aspiration and for my profession itself. And I came back and then I started working very actively on ground in 2009 and 10. Henceforth, I have been working in this field for the past, say, more than 15 years. Yeah.
Okay. And now that you've been working for 15 years, has there been any aha moment for you so far?
Yeah, Santosh, yes. Having recalled back how I started, in the initial stages, it was never an easy task for me to start this professional social work because the very meaning of the very profession of social work is a very new concept for the people of Northeast and more so for the state of Arunachal Pradesh. The, the degree of Master in Social Work was just recently introduced, maybe just 2 years back in the Rajiv Gandhi University. And so social work profession is something very new. And it took almost like 10 years for me to have a strong foundation for my organization, building up the team, starting the overall work from the scratch. There are more than 10,000 plus NGOs in the state. But then, there are hardly any NGOs who are committed, who are facing the challenges to work really dedicatedly for the upliftment of the people, be it youth, women, children, or farmers. So it demanded a lot of dedication and commitment from my side. And then there were times when I have to really manage somehow through my missus or through other friends or even meeting the payments of my own team members in the initial stages. But now 15 years have gone by. I am quite okay, though I don't have big funding from different sources, but the little project that I have, the few projects that I have is sustaining with a few members of team, and then we are doing work that is really needed on the ground. Yeah.
Great. So to continue to do the work that you're doing, you need to have a motivated set of people. So is your team member comprising of locals? How do you motivate them to join your mission?
Yeah. So most often I believe in doing things with examples and based on my own personal life. And right now we have a team of around 26 team members comprising in Manipur and Arunachal Pradesh. In Arunachal Pradesh, the team members are more there because we have headquartered there and we have started the work earlier there. And most of the team members that I have, 85 to 90% are locals, and we have few non-locals. But having said that, I would say also most of my team members are freshers who I have recruited, who have just completed their MSW or their post graduations. Of course, most of them are postgraduates. And as I said earlier, social work profession is a very new concept for the people. And there are also a lot of NGOs who have not done such reputed works, who have set a wrong example for the people in the state. And most of the people think that NGO means just making money and then doing nothing on the ground. So amidst these challenges, to go through and then work really to convince the people that yes, and the work of NGO is really needed to help them uplift their lives and bring about some changes in their livelihood aspects. So my team members, they are most of them freshers, locals, and the why I have gone for them is that as a new NGO, as working on the ground with the less funding scopes, it's difficult for me to get experienced team members who also apply for jobs from outside the state. So we are not able to fulfill their demands of pay scale, all that. That's why I also started, mentoring and grooming the youngsters who are freshers from their universities. And but by and large, I'm quite okay. The receptiveness they have, the commitment that they have to work for the own area and for own community, and I think the team members are doing wonderful work.
Great, yeah. Now coming to leadership and your leadership style, what has been your core leadership values that has helped you in your 15-year journey so far?
So yes, to start with, I would say the value of integration is very much personally attached to me. Why is it? Because what I believe at, the principle that I have should be also reflected in through my own examples and to my own works that is being transformed or translated. So I also do the same with my team members. I also expect to have integration in their life and not just they work with my organization, but I also consider them, once you become AMYAA team members, you are a family of the organization. And till the day you go out of the organization, you need to really imbibe those values that is very much close to you. And there is definitely, we also trying to blend in a fine way the beliefs and the principle that we have, and then the work that we do. And so that's always, we have been the voice of the grassroots, the voiceless, and we stand for truth. We stand for the protection of rights, be it the women, be it the farmers, be it children, and that's the value that I have found. And the other thing that also that is strong in me is the compassion. We basically work with empathy for the people, for the less privileged people on the ground. And definitely, I think without this compassion and passion to work for the people, I think our mission to work for them is never a fulfilling one. So that's the reason for we have review meeting, when we have monthly catch up or weekly catch up. I can really feel that in the team members there's so much passion to do, and that's the reason why they go out of their way courageously. And then this I see more in the childline team. Whenever they go to rescue any child, any complaint that comes, by dialing 1098 or the number that we have given, sometimes the team member have to rescue from the own uncle, auntie, and the own relatives' home. The child's when it comes to child rights violation and minor, but the team members are not just scared of who they are, but then they know that certain child, be it a local or non-local, they have to go for their mission, and that's how they have been so courageous. And this I have seen for the past 2 years alive. And the other thing also that authenticity, and I also always tell to my team members that as we work for the common people, for the less privileged people, it's always important to have our own narration of stories, the belief that we have in us. So as much as we are truthful to ourselves, and then definitely people be inspired by the work that we do, and they'll get inspired for the service that we have been rendering to them. So yeah, these are the few things. Yes, responsibility of course comes there. Either you become a failure or a success. We own up the responsibility, we accept with honesty and sincerity that yes, as a leader, as a we work for the people, but also take up the responsibility of the decision that we take. Sometimes it may fail us, sometimes it may help us to succeed, but whatever may be the choices that we decide, we honor the responsibility. Yeah.
Fabulous. Thanks, Paul, for sharing this. I also observed that you are a director of any route. So, what is the mission that you're trying to achieve through that?
Yeah, so Santosh, during the COVID, we all have experienced around the globe. In India, we have experienced the hardship that we faced that was so unfortunate and unexpected. During that time, as an organization head, I also came to realize, and I did face this trouble or the challenge that few of the funding got decontracted because of the COVID refocus of their aims and objectives. So that time, as a team member, just because a few projects got decontracted doesn't mean that I should close down my organization, because the people still need, and more so during the COVID, when there were a lot of emergency services, when they were in need of counseling, when they're in need of reach out, when they're in need of mental. So that time, I realized that depending on only external funding or CRS funding is not enough. The organization has to start something, because during the COVID, we came across that lots of business were shut down and many people were facing immense trouble. The local business people, right from telawala to the auto drivers, were facing a shortage of food, ration, and also the local budding entrepreneurs. Their products could not be sold. The farmers' products were getting damaged and getting rotten, and the rural women were into weaving, handicrafts. Were also they could not market because the social isolations and other restrictions imposed by the central government was affecting everyone. So then I thought that starting a company under Companies 2000 Act would not be a bad idea. That's the reason I said that I should start a small company, also to help certain portion of a certain personage to the organization, also to help the local budding entrepreneurs, artisans, and farmers in marketing their goods. So I thought of a broader perspective of online marketing, also the local way of means of marketing. And even before the COVID, the marketing bottleneck has been the biggest challenge for the local artisans and farmers. So I started with the concept of taking organic products, and the company was registered under 2013 Act, and I did got the help of India filing, and they were, amazing human beings who gave us free consultation for developing the concept. And I said that we are going to go for basically on the line of organic packaging, organic product, also to, we see the burning issue of climate change. So that's why less use of plastics and more of organic. And we started with the brand honey. We get a lot of raw unprocessed honey from the jungles, forest of. So we contacted a few farmers who are into hunting of honeys, and we started with the honey product. And we have got a lot of range of products in that, like organic ginger packaging and drying of organic ginger. But having said that, um, we are looking out for a strong team of few members who could take up this company to another level. So now we started in Arunachal Pradesh. Now we are thinking and collecting a few stories of budding entrepreneurs from Manipur also. So under the umbrella of not any roots, we are trying to help out the budding entrepreneurs and the farmers in the rural areas.
That's nice. So finally, as a parting note about AMYAA as an NGO, how do you think the viewers can help you in your journey?
Yeah, so Santosh, we, the organization, have started, and we have got two perspectives. One is on the movement aspect of there, wherein we don't have any non-financial implications, and the other side of the funding support that the organization needs really to bear up the costs and expenses of the team members and the program. So here, I would really appeal the viewers to be part of the organization. Now we are into social media pages in Instagram, in website, in Facebook, in even in LinkedIn. So I think today, at this moment of time, they are not only the funding support, but we need the viewer support in terms of sharing, in terms of giving a positive stroke comments for the team members, because every one of us knows that in India, especially in Northeast, there are without the work of the social workers. I think lots of the commitment that the government has can't be fulfilled, and we have seen this even during COVID-19. And the movement that we have begun as an organization, we are into green and clean rowing, green and clean Senapati in Manipur. We have started this movement. Why? Because when nature has given us so much, we need to give back to the nature. And in all this, be it skill development, be it lively promotion, be it environment protection, be it child rights protection, the support of the public, especially those stakeholders who are into specific work of livelihood, child rights, and environment, their support is very, very much required. Not every time that we expect financial monetary support from the viewers or from the supporters, but many a times the way that we view our program through our website, social media pages will be a big moral boom for the team members.
Super. Yeah. Thank you so much, Paul, for an honest and straight from the heart conversation. And thank you for all the work that you're doing for the people in Northeast. It was a real pleasure to have you on this platform, and wishing you all the very best.
Thank you, Sambod. Thank you, Santosh. Yeah, very much. Yeah.
Thanks.